Whoa, me lads, you should have seen us going, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
It rains. Oh, it's back through Bartes!
1962 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Whoa, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
Yes, people, welcome back to another video. John Sinclair TV back again on the Sunday afternoon. It's glorious down here in Bristol. And this afternoon I've got Tony and Mason. Good afternoon, guys.
Afternoon.
Afternoon, John. In a very
Brilliant.
hot Suffolk sunshine here. 32 degrees at the moment.
It is. It's the same here at the minute. Last I look, and it's going to get hotter, sort of thing. So it is what it is, and let's hope it's going to get cooler in the next couple of days. And guys, if you like the video, like what you see, then please, you know exactly what to do. Smash the like button. Also, hit the subscribe button if you are new. If you'd like to become a member, click on the join button, 99p. And if you'd like to super chat for what the channel's worth, then just give what the channel's worth, and even if it's £1, £2, you know, that's your choice. Let's not that's up to you. It's up to you. This is called Let's Talk Newcastle United podcast. We're going to talk about things Newcastle, and Tony, started you, right? And we talked about this. We talked about Bruno Gamache. Now, we all know how wonderful guy he is, right? He's a wonderful player, right? And he's been a breath of fresh air since he come in, yeah? Yesterday, I've noticed, right? I mean, you noticed as well that Bruno's been marked out of the game, right? And they sussed him out, basically. Do you think Bruno being marked by opposition now? Brighton knowed him yesterday. And I thought Bruno was a little bit frustrated. Yes, he gave the ball away a couple of times, and he just losing the ball in possession, etc. We love Bruno, but our teams now, I know it's at least the second game of the season, right, are going to be thinking, you know what, we could work this guy out. We stop Bruno, we stop Newcastle.
It could be, but, you know, to be honest, John, I mean, I look at it and I say, Graham Potter works the same as Eddie Howe does. He does a lot of his homework on opposition teams. And maybe he's just watched many a video of Bruno playing for us and said, right, okay, if we do this, do that, we can stop this guy from dictating the play. I mean, most teams have seen how he plays, but not every team's going to stop him every game from dictating the way he wants to play. So I kind of think some teams might have it worked out, but some teams might not, especially the promoted sides like, say, your Bournemouths, your Forests, which obviously we played last week. So, yeah. So they'll have it worked out, and your Fulhams obviously, but the rest of the teams in the Premier League, yeah, they'll probably know who plays, but it all depends how they set their systems up as well. But then Eddie might look at yesterday's game and think, right, okay, like he did during the game, he actually made a few little tweaks during the game, so a formation. So he possibly do the same with Bruno. You probably just, you know, drag him somewhere else, and then the teams will be like, oh, hang on, he's playing on a different position now. And so, yeah, I think they may know how he plays, but the thing is, though, they say form is temporary, but class is permanent, and he's permanently got class as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I have to agree with you there as well. But I think the promoted teams won't work him out, but Premiership side as well. I'll give you an example. Arsenal, right? I mean, Bruno dictated them the whole of the game last season, right? And I'm pretty sure now they're going to work out Bruno. I think Granit Xhaka will probably put him on as well, sort of thing, if they do meet up. Going for the comments for Conor Mason. Big up to Jay Sweet. Hi to you, mate. Hope you're having a lovely day. Big up to Tiger as well. Good point yesterday. But that match just shows lack of firepower we have up top. Why do we not go get Dennis? 2.5 weeks to go. I think it's time to start worrying. We're going to come on to that later on, man. And big up to Static. He's our big gooner and IT mate. Another roasting day on Tyneside. Good afternoon to Gareth. Hope you're okay. Well, when Bruno got shite next to him, well, obviously he's not shite, by the way. He'll come back to a specified way to him. What is he supposed to do? That means he's supposed to need another midfielder as well. We'll come on to that one later. Wave Bristol, me, Staple Hill, mate. Staple Hill. So we've got some more comments as well. Dennis is probably away at the Forest. And Miron's not good enough. And ASM, oh my God, how many chances does this brother need? And let's go on to Bruno's caught in possession a few times yesterday. I thought he did. I thought he was. And big up to Jules, one of my mods. Thank you very much indeed for helping the suit. And Miron's probably better tackle the option yesterday. He did try, but what we're trying to say is something. Does he do enough? Does he do enough? Our bench is horrendous. No wonder we made subs so like 10 minutes ago. Eddie looking back and seeing shite everywhere. And Miro had a great game yesterday. Look, I think he did all right. I think he did all right. Big up to Jeng, hi to you. Bruno was poor yesterday compared to usual standards, but Joe Litton were by far the worst mid yesterday. Stopping possession at own half, discipline issue. Didn't win one aerial duel all afternoon. Mason, let's touch on the Bruno. For me, right, I mean, do you think Bruno is being found out? Are teams starting to work him out now? I'm asking you.
My opinion, probably yes. Just for when I went back to the highlights because I didn't see the game. I think Caicedo does. I think Caicedo's already found him out. I've just got high regards for that lad because he's just quality. But I don't know if he's found him out from internationals or from when we played Brighton, when we beat Brighton at St James's Park. But when Caicedo went for the ball, he lost it. Why would he should have just kept it. But I know Caicedo's got potential and he's a quality midfielder. But Bruno should know better about keeping the ball.
Yeah. Listen, I like Bruno. I really, really do. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't his best game yesterday. I can't lie. But I thought Brighton did a number on him as well. Apart from that little score he did when he got to the byline, other than that, he just gives the ball away. And I'm a Bruno fan. And it has to be said, Tony. It has to be said because at the end of the day, we need to talk about it. And my worry is I could see other teams going to null him out. And if they null him out, if they put a stop to him, then to me, they stop in Newcastle because everything goes through Bruno, his passing ability and his movement ability. And what can I say? I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah, I mean, thing with Bruno, though, he's such a good player. And
Wonderful.
If he knows that he's being marked out or whatever the game, he's clever enough to change the way he plays. And he might even look back on that game and think, right, okay, I got hassled there and I got bustled there. So what I need to do is I need to change the way I play. And he'll just probably tweak his style and just do something totally different one week. And that'll bamboozle a lot of teams. And then they'll think, oh, hang on a minute, So it's only the second game in. And, it's the first time we've seen Bruno marked out of the game. We just got to wait and see how it goes on. Let's just see now, and let's see what happens next Sunday when we play Man City at 4:30. See how he gets on there. I feel he'll have a little bit more freedom because City play with that freedom anyway. And then after that, let's give the lad till the World Cup and see how well he does. But I think yesterday, not just Bruno though, I think there was a lot of players not at that game yesterday, but that may be because down to the heat, water breaks, which keep interrupting the flow of the game as well. So that doesn't help. But you know what? A point at Brighton against a decent team like that, because they are a good side. I take nothing away from Brighton. They've got some good players there. All day, we should be happy with a point. It's not a defeat. It's a point. That's what we've got. and a point's better than not getting any points. So and I just want to say big up to a lot of these fans. I mean, I saw one on Twitter this morning. Coach didn't even get back till 9 o'clock this morning from Brighton from yesterday. So apparently there's a lot of breakdowns and things like that. And apparently somebody said it took 4 hours to get from Brighton to the M25. So do you know what? I take my hats off to them fans for doing what they did. And that must have been a hell of a journey to be travelling overnight to get back to Newcastle this morning.
Wow.
But that's down to the trains being off as well.
I was just going to mention that.
Yeah, but big up to the fans who went down there and had that horrendous journey back. Glad you all get back safe, and let's move on to the next game, and then we'll see how the team do from there.
Absolutely. All the 3,500 people turned up to the match yesterday. Big up to the Newcastle fans going all the way to the Amex in Brighton, and well done. Excuse me. Any fans went to the match yesterday, right? Come and let us know, or send us a DM, right? And ask you want to come on, and I send you a link as well, so you come and have your say. So yeah, let's go on to Tom as well. I mean, I missed that on Foxy, saying Almiral's the best attacking player, and official stats confirm it. Tigers and Botman looked great. These are starting against City. Berger outpaced by Haaland. Bruno, Big Joe, and Willock usually so reliable. We got owned by Brighton, Aston Gareth. Bruno wasn't great yesterday, but even great press up off players. Bruno was excellent last week. He's been getting excellent for us. Absolutely. I totally agree. I mean, he had some great games for us as well. Bruno can have one bad game. He just needs to come back stronger than next. Exactly. And one a time to come back against. To be fair to McAllister, he even dominated Bruno and Joe Linton. I thought, to be fair, McAllister had a great game yesterday for Brighton. He really, really did. Yeah, Tom said well said. And Jules, with Tom, only 2 games in. The present Eddie will figure it out calm. Absolutely. It's only 2 games, man. 2 games. Big Joe's temperament sometimes worries us. He has to know when to walk away. I think Eddie needs to sit him down, have a word with him and says, look, sort it, man. Sort it. Because at the end of the day, we cannot afford to have you being sent off on a weekly basis, so you miss these crucial games. He's a integral part of the game in the team. Mason, Joe Linton, I think it's important to the team. And we need to get 38 games from him.
Exactly. He's one of apart from Shelby, I could just see all 3 of them. That midfield is so important for winning the team. Obviously, I know with Joe Linton, he kicks off sometimes, and you could see it against Nottingham Forest. When I don't know if it was one of their midfielders got booked. It just shows he has the passion for the team, and just shows. I know he has like that. This tiny bit of get booked or get sent off because he's passionate about the team, and I think if Eddie Howe speaks to him just to calm it down a bit, then that'll be sorted.
Tony, on Joe Linton, do you think she calm it down and just walk away?
I mean, I would say don't take too much aggression out of the player, because if you do, then you're going to have a totally different player in your hands who's not going to have that influence. So I would say just say to him, look, if somebody gets up and has a goal, or like Solly Marsh did, what he should have done was just walked away instead of pushing him back. Let him get a push and shove, and then let Solly March get the red card or whatever. Because the thing is, the last thing you want is somebody like Joe Linton going to lose his head and then he gets a sending off. I mean, I talk about this one as an example all day long, because I go back to 10 years ago when we played Arsenal St James's Park, and I was at that game. We were 4 down in that first half, and a lot of people had left that ground. Even I was getting asked why am I still sitting there, and I said, well, because I'm here to support the team, basically. I know we're 4 down. But in that second half, 10 minutes in that second half, Diaby for Arsenal gets sent off.
Yeah.
When they're 4-0 up. And I even said to somebody beside me, why has he lost his head like that? The team's 4-0 up. There's no need to go on the way he did. And then what happened? We went and got 4 goals and drew that game because he had 10 men. And even I think at the time Arsene Wenger said down to Diaby's stupidity. That's why they only come out with that game with a point. So what I'm trying to say is basically if say Joe Linton had got sent off yesterday, that might have been a totally different game. We might have lost that game. So he just needs to balance out his aggression, but don't take it off him altogether, because like I see, you're not going to have the same player then, and then he's just going to, he's just going to play differently. It's like we did try with Joey Barton, but you don't take that aggression out of players because they've got that natural aggression. It's just how to actually manage it, and maybe Eddie Howe will speak to him and maybe get him to manage his aggression a bit more better than what he actually did yesterday.
I agree. Because thing is, right, with Joe Linton, right, it's just watching Diego Costa. Diego Costa gets angry every single time. And I'm beginning to think, is he going to be another Diego Costa sort of thing on our books? And I hope not, because I think Joe's better than that. But at the end of the day, right, you are right. I can remember that game, Diaby got sent off as well. And we got a point. So, yeah, let's hope Eddie has a word with him and say, look, calm it, Joe. Please calm it. And just keep your aggression, yes. But if they have a go at you, walk away. Simple as that. Cenk, opponents, they start studying Newcastle. So what I see issues yesterday. If you lock Bruno, obviously midfield, we cannot do anything, especially with ASM Miggy. Wilson can, but alone, no way. He's basically saying if they stop Bruno, there's something we could do. If you call there Tony or Don Tonioni, he's going to call you from now on.
Yeah, it's nice and hot. Yeah, I can't sit now. It's too hot now.
Wow, big up. What's a Newcastle fan that needed medical assistance during the game? When Cher was telling ref to delay the game, hope she was okay. And I didn't know that, but if that is true, I hope that is the case. I hope that she's okay. Anyone, guys, do you know about that?
Yeah, there was, John. When I was watching the game, I saw them go to the referee, and they were trying to tell him about what was going on, because the camera sort of panned on the crowd and you could see stewards and that there, and the referee just told them they had to get on with the game. I think it's because the new Premier League rules are, unless it's something really bad, we have to carry on with the game. But like I said last night, I just hope whoever it is fine, that there's no problem with them whatsoever. I mean, it depends what it is. I mean, they could have just fainted with the heat, because I mean, it is so hot. And the thing is, if you're drinking a lot of alcohol as well, and you're not drinking enough water, that dehydrates you, and that can cause, so at the end of the day, it could just be somebody's fainted. But whoever it is, I'm just hoping they're okay. And I've not seen anything reported anywhere, so no news is good news, as they say.
That's very true. Alan saying that Bruno has one off here as a few others. It happens. We achieve good point. Next week, I hope Botman looks after Haaland. Might be a tad pat for Raw Dan. And big up Isla Coffee in the chat, and Tony, the red in the chat as well. And didn't Joe Linton pick fights in the last season during the pre-season with a red card, and now against Brighton? Look, at the end of the day, he needs to cool it. He needs to cool it real quick. Otherwise, it will not be good. And happy birthday to Joe Linton. 26, I think he is now. Big up, Joe.
Happy birthday.
And I think Joe will be on Roy Keane. He needs to play with an edge. Do you think so, Mason?
I think by those feet he could be. Obviously, I think Roy Keane is a bit worse. Still is now. But just hope Joe Linton just keeps the way he is, and just doesn't turn out to be like Roy Keane. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair enough. He's not Roy Keane, by the way, but he could be Brazilian Keane with an edge. Well, good luck on that. And Dan Byrne, BFG, yeah, get you. Stefan, I missed you, right, Steph. First half Dennis now. We need one or two more signings in my eyes. I agree. Thank Claire. Thank you, man. Thanks, Tony. Someone from admin must have chatted Joe. He's getting Carson out. Remember Benfica game and yesterday? No need to be aggressive that much. We have enough issues. That's down to Eddie Howe, mate. Big up to Jules John. You'll be trapping heat with a cap on, bud. Let the head reef. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I'll do that. I mean, even someone from seen a few podcasters as well. Flex is one of them as well. But I won't tell you what channel he's on. And thanks for that anyway, Jules, man. And I think you're correct there. And now I got it off. Jules, a point down there was a good, considering the heat and how much a decent team Brighton are. Bruno's class, and I won't change one of his strengths is winning and keeping hold of the ball, not worried. Aston Allen, fair enough. If I comment, that's respectful to Roy. He is one of the greats, underrated player, and pretty much was the Ireland's reason Ireland made the World Cup in 2002. Look, you got to say Roy Keane, one of the greatest midfielders of all time in the Premier League. And look, at the end of the day, that's why he's won a lot. That's why he won a lot. And don't forget, he came from a relegated side in Forest. Yeah, so we all talk about Nick Pope 2 games in, right? Tony, that guy is absolutely brilliant. I mean, and I'm not going to gas him up yet, but bigger test to come. But he made some decent saves yesterday.
Yeah, definitely made some decent saves. I mean, he done a few cracking saves yesterday. But it's not just his saves, John. It's his distribution. He's quick, and this is what I noticed against Forest, and I actually noticed this in pre-season as well. But his distribution is so quick. When he's got the ball in his hands, he's not looking to see where players are. He's looking to get rid of that ball as quickly as he can, whether he can throw it out or kick it long or whatever. But he's trying to get rid of that ball as quickly as he can, which is something Dubravka doesn't do. Dubravka, when he gets the ball, he stands there and he's looking around to see which way he's going to put it, and then he kicks it, you know. So, yeah, he's definitely improved on that set. He commands his box well as well, which is another good thing, which is what you want. You want a keeper who's commanding that box, a keeper who can distribute the ball quickly. Maybe he's learned that in the England team. I don't know, because that's the way Southgate plays. He likes his keepers to distribute the ball quickly. He likes keepers to play with their feet as well. So, maybe he's learned a lot of that when he's been on England camps as well. But yeah, he absolutely played well yesterday. 100%. He was man of the match yesterday without a shadow of a doubt. Because without them saves, we would have lost that game. And yeah, I mean, for 10 million, what a snip. We've only paid 3 million up front so far, because it's in installments, which isn't bad really. To get an England international keeper for £10 million, it's a great bit of business, regardless of what anybody else thinks, you know.
110%, man, 100%. I think he's brilliant. I think so far so good, and I just hope that he keeps going. And I think he's going to be a success this season for him. By the way, I think he's been brilliant. ASM is very poor. Joe Linton's also one of the greats. One of the greats? Not yet, mate. Not yet. But I like your confidence there, mate. I was surprised other clubs went in for Pope before us, especially the price we paid. Gareth, you're right, mate. Totally agree. We need to think different. Manson's too expensive. I think Paqueta also. That's why Dante needs to go after Tielemans. 25 mil. He'll be off to Arsenal, mate. And then Sarr, what the panel want to do. For me personally, Stefan, right? I mean, Sarr, if he did come, then we'll back him, right? We'll back him 110%. Is he the answer? It could surprise us, yeah? But then again, we said the same about Craig Bellamy back in 2001. Is he going to make the grade? And he turns around. Tielemans would be brilliant for us, by the way. But my opinion, I think his agents talk to Arsenal, the latest I've heard. So, yeah. So, good question there, Steph. But we need to move on for those two. They would be here by now, by the way. So, Paqueta comes and helps Bruno ease the pressure on them and create a dynamic creativity in the mid. Sign me up. Wait and see. Joe Linton could also be the reason why we won the FA Cup for 2022. Well, FA Cup in 2022, it's past, mate. It's past. Liverpool won the FA Cup in 22, mate. 23 maybe? You never know. Credit to Potter that they're arguably playing better than last year after losing their 2 best players. Yeah, big up to Graham Potter. I think he's done a wonderful job at Brighton. I think he's absolutely fantastic. Our defensive goalkeeper are Premier League standards, very good. Bruno, Joe, I can accept. Same, consistent, and Wilson. We need a level 2 wingers and 1 mid. ASM bigger work on the bench. And that's better, mate. 22-23 season. I was going to say, we touched upon Nick Pope, Mason.
Nick Pope, just shows you from yesterday that he's a really, really good keeper. If that was Dubravka, we could have been 3-4-0 down, in my opinion. But when Pope was playing yesterday, he kept winning the game for a majority of spells, and he had the help of like his defense as well for like goal line clearances as well. So he's been backed by good defense, and he's been there. If his defense isn't been there, he's been there just to keep Newcastle in the game with his crucial saves.
Yeah. I mean, look, Nick Pope, I think he's a leader as well. I've noticed his leadership qualities as well. I mean, he's a good shouter, he's a good leader. I just think he's great. I think he's a fantastic hitter. He always has been. And got with Tiger. Pope's so good, never realised until now. Yeah, it's only 2 games gone, and he'll get better and better and better for me as well. And he should be a number 1 keeper. I think the Braca will have to fight on his hands now. Like, I mean, if he's not happy at Newcastle United and he wants to play in the first team, okay, cool. Then I wish him all the best, Tony, and just say, look, you want to go to another club? Cool. Then go for it.
Yeah, definitely. I think I think he'll look to want to go before the transfer window closes because, as I've said before, he wants to be in that Slovakian World Cup squad, and who wouldn't want to be? I mean, the World Cup, you know, I don't know if it's our first time there or whatever.
They're not in the World Cup, mate.
Oh, they're not. Are they not? Oh, right.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say they got there. I didn't think they had, but oh well, they're not there then. So yeah. But if he wants to get back even in the Slovakian team for like qualifiers or Nations League, he's going to have to play first team football. So you know, he's come up 34 now, isn't he? So whether he wants to stay or not, I mean, if he goes, you know, he's been a great servant. You know, wish him all the best, and you know, we only paid 4 million for him, so that was a great bit of business. But yeah, I mean, I'll understand if he does leave. The only problem is if he leaves, it leaves us with Darlow and Gillespie, which doesn't really fill you with a lot of confidence. So you just want to hope Pope doesn't get injured or anything, or we're stuck with Darlow. But if Dubravka did go, then I would think we would try and get a replacement in before he left.
Great.
Because like Eddie Howe said, any players that leave, he says, I've got to have replacements before they actually leave. Because I think he was asked about Jacob Murphy and that. So, and he's one of them. I would drop, if I was to see anybody go out the club, it would be Jacob Murphy. I'd rather see him go now than see Dubravka or anybody else first. Because I mean, he come on yesterday and he was absolutely woeful. He just, he can't cross a ball, John, put it that way.
I tell you what, I'd rather have Eddie Murphy. I'd rather have Eddie Murphy on that side. You know what I mean? He'd do a better job as well. Or Shuey Murphy on that side as well. You know what I mean? But look, at the end of the day, right? I mean, Jake Murphy's had so many chances now, and if anyone was to pick up Jake Murphy, saying he's a part of the team, then okay, cool. But you're back in the loose at the end of the day, right? And I know PC got back the team, but at the end of the day, he is not good enough at this level. I'll always say that until people learn it, like, you know. But like I said, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, one thing I'm going to say, I just don't think he's good enough for me at all. But we need to get that sorted out. As for the goalkeeper, I mean, Darlow, probably not for me. Mark Gillespie, for me, I think he needs to be out on loan or go back up to Scotland, you know. But we definitely need a keeper. If the back is saying enough's enough, I want out. And it is what it is. Mate, do you see us upset Man City next weekend? Draw even. For me personally, I don't think you're going to get out of Man City, in my opinion. I think it'll be too good for us. Eddie Murphy. And who's doing DIY knock? Could be Mason.
Could be, yeah, exactly, yeah. But no, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, if it would be nice if we could even say to Watford, look, can we do a swap sort of deal or a loan deal or whatever? Because I mean, I don't think anybody's going to pay Jacob Murphy's wages because I don't know what he's on per week. I think he got a pay rise when he got this new contract. So maybe say to Watford, look, we'll take Sarr on loan and you can have Murphy on loan. You know, and that's a fair swap. The only thing is, we'll just keep Sarr off penalties because he's not very good at penalties, but he can really score from like the halfway line. So at least we know he can do a Beckham type goal anyway. That's for sure.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Mason, you got something to show us, mate? What's the news?
Is that Gallagher? Is it?
40 million we're going from. Can you see it?
That's according to Talk Sport.
It's a lot of money in it.
Well, that's the going rate. That's a going rate for this guy. I think he's worth the 40 million. Conor Gallagher. I think this guy is absolutely brilliant. He's brilliant for Palace last season. I think if we get him sort of thing, that'd be fantastic. But look, wait and see what happens. Yeah, and nothing official.
Be interested to see if he's in the. Sorry, John. It'd be interesting to see if he's in the Chelsea squad today. Then
we'll be watching that with great interest today. But hey, I mean, Conor Gallagher, we talk about him as well in a bit. Go through the comments as well. Debaka, why should he go? Listen, I don't want him to go, but if he wants to play in the first team football, then and he wants to go, we wish him all the best. I never ask him he should go, but if he does, cool. I think he'll get 45k a week, and you're only going to help a team with no pressure. That is the thing. Yeah, I think I think whoever gets the backup. If he decides to go, then you got to get a very, very, very good goalkeeper on your hands as well at 33 years of age. Yes, I did say Eddie Murphy, by the way. We need players in by the City game. Otherwise, it's going to be the same old attacking issues. I can see what I mean. The way City are playing, Paul could easily concede 5 next week. I just hope fans don't switch and start slating them. Foxy, mate, I'm not going to slate Pope. This is a world-class team we're playing against, right? If we get beaten short an effort, Mason, we get beat off Man City, show an effort, give it a real go. Let's have a go at them. Yeah, no one can complain.
Man City are probably one of the up there. Well, they've got the best. They've got the best keeper in the league. One of the best keepers in the league.
Yeah.
The way they're playing, obviously, you could see from yesterday against Bournemouth, hammering them 4-0. Yes, they've just came up from the Premier League. West Ham. They have a different team compared to Bournemouth. 2-0. It just shows you what caliber of teams Man City have played so far. West Ham, they're in Europe. Bournemouth just came back up from the Premier League. With Newcastle, I think if we play well, you never know what could happen. Defense might make a mistake. If and then they'll score, but just hopefully we don't do what they've did to Bournemouth 4-0 or West Ham 2-0. It could be one of them. You never know, but it's 2 completely different teams. And if they come up in Newcastle, it'll be a tough game for them. But you never know how they've been playing. Like it could be different. It could be It could be like I just what was it? It's like what they did to Bournemouth. I should just say. Yeah. If like how they played yesterday.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, if you let them play, they're going to hurt you in every single way. But we need to get Botman in that defence, Botman and Burn for that game. And I mean, it's going to be tough. Eddie's got a tougher target. Target comes back, then he's got an issue with defence. I'm looking forward to playing Man City. Just as a yardstick, usually they embarrass us, but I'm not sure. That's too sure this time. That's in Carl. The best solution now is get Paqueta first, then I'll go for Borja as permanent because he can play as a striker and also winger. And lastly, a loan deal choice, Odoi or Pulisic. Cenk, please do not put in capitals, mate. We don't have capitals on our sure. I do apologise. We have to play deep, stopping the space behind for Haaland and hopefully try to counter on the odd occasions. Fair enough. I'm sorry, but gone from Madison, Paqueta to Conor Gallagher, but Forest are getting a car for Leon and most likely play a back 5 at the back with 3 at the back. Burn, Share, and Botman could be a back 3. Look, at the end of the day, all right, Tony, I mean, going back to what Tiger said, we've gone from Madison for Paqueta Now on to Conor Gallagher. Wow. I mean, do you think it's a backward step? Do you think? I think Conor Gallagher's a good player, you know.
Yeah, he is a good player, and you know, he done well at Palace. He done well, I think, was it West Brom the season before? So, yeah, why not get Conor Gallagher in? You know, he does well, and his stats are good. So, yeah, he's a good player, and he's in the England team. So, you know, he's an England international at the end of the day now. So, yeah, I rate Conor Gallagher. He's never had the chance at Chelsea. I don't think he's ever going to get really the chance there. But yeah, it's a no-brainer. I mean, 40 million, that's the sort of going rate now for players. And, you know, I'll just pull up some stats in a minute, John, and then I'll tell you. So if you just give me one moment.
Okay. Let's have a look. I think Tony will be back in just a few seconds. He's still looking. Go on, Tony. Can you hear us, Mason?
Yeah. I was just on mute.
You can. Sorry. Can you hear us, Tony? Tony, you're on mute, mate. You're on mute.
Yeah, I know I am, John. Hang on, just one moment. Yeah, so just some background noise there, and I just wanted to. I'll just be 1 minute, John. I'll pull up my stats from last season.
Yeah, I'll go for the comments as well.
Somebody near me doing DIY, by the way. Yeah, he played 34 games. Started 33 of them last season. 8 goals, 3 assists from midfield. And only missed big chances missed last season was 4. His scoring frequency every 356 minutes. But apart from that, interceptions per game, tackles per game is 2 tackles per game. He wins possession, dribbles, clearances are good. And he can play anywhere on the right. So he can play defensive midfield centre, attacking midfield, but he can also operate on the right wing as well.
Yeah, so you get in 4 positions to the price of the one, which is absolutely brilliant, man. But would you take him, Mason?
Yeah, I think we need that. I think we need that little bit of a young up and coming player. Well, he's had like a season and a half of Premier League experience with like West Brom and Crystal Palace, and just shows you from when he was at Crystal Palace last season. He's a quality young midfielder who's got potential, and he just shows you by going in the England squad all the time.
I think that's a fair comment there. I haven't promised to stream the ad in a minute, people, so I just had to read it off key. Got one from Foxy. No, it's just a lot of promise of this crappy stream the ad on. Sorry, people. Everyone Gallagher for 14 million, English and a great age. There's potential with him. That is what Foxy is saying. So he's basically saying that 14 million is a good price. Gallagher's a good player, got goals in him too. That's from Tony. Get a click and the likes. Thank you, Jules. Let's look at this one. It's basically a better version of Willock. And Tiger is saying he's not very happy at all. It's panic buys. We're just trying to get bodies through the door now. And go through this one. Do you think Newcastle are trying to sign an English player for the future of Europe and the Championship register? We seem to be getting a lot of local lads. And go back to you, Tony. We've got loads of English players at the club already. That's from Tiger. Do you think we're panic buying now? Coming to that stage, you're going to panic buy?
No, I don't think it's panic buying. I just think some players are being priced out. I mean, Maddison now, I don't think that's going to happen because apparently Leicester are going to offer a new contract. I think he's indicated that he's willing to sign a new deal. On the Tielemans thing, I'm not sure that's going to be clear cut to Arsenal because apparently Arsenal got their eye on somebody else now. If that's the case, 25 million for Tielemans, it's a steal. Go and get him in my eyes because he didn't have the great... I mean, I only watched the highlights, but he didn't really have a great game for Leicester yesterday. But maybe because he just wants out of the club. So 25 million for Tielemans, I think would be be a fantastic buy. This player, by the way, that Southampton's after this Hussein Aouar. I don't know how you pronounce his name, if I'm honest, John. He's 24, French player, and he plays right-footed. So he plays left wing, defensive midfield centre, and attack midfield. This is what Forest are after. 36 played in total, 29 started, 6 goals and 4 assists, which is not really a bad return. And if they're getting him for 15 million, they're getting a cracking player on their hands, because I know he lost his way the last couple of seasons at Lyon, but you know, on his day, he's a terrific player on his day. I've seen him a couple of times. I mean, this was about 2 or 3 years ago when he played for Lyon as well. I've seen him playing on TV, but he looks a good player. But whether he's just going stale there, I do not know. But guessing on those stats last year, they're not really that bad. I don't know what you think, but I think Forest for 15 million, that's a steal, I think, really.
That's an absolute flipping bargain. However, he's another one who's got injury problems as well. He gets lots of injuries, so that's the thing. But on his day, I think he's a quality midfielder, and he can dictate games as well. He just said it there. He can play wide, he can play defensive mid, he can play attacking mid. I think this guy is going to be brilliant if Forest gets him. And if they do get him, he has to play in the first team.
And it's just short. Sorry, John. Are you finished?
Cool. Yeah, go for it.
It just shows you Steve Cooper's dropped Cole back from the 18-man squad, and he's replaced him with that Mangala. It just shows you after Saturday he's not good enough for the Premier League, and doesn't tell you why he's out for.
That's the thing. I mean, they just throw money away. They just throw money on players. Yeah, I mean, look, they've got 15 players. We will get 15 players. They're not stopped yet, and you know what it is, right? I mean, Foxy said yesterday they're going for they're getting lots of players in some quality, so you can have a chance of staying up. Yeah, but it just goes to show, doesn't it? I mean, they need to keep spending Forest if that's what they want to do. Good luck to them. You're going to spend that sort of money. Good luck to them. Yeah, but we just go for quality and not quantity these days. And we've got a good enough squad to stay up as it is, just not to progress much. I don't think they risk the wrong sign, as there's such good unity in the dressing room. I've got a comment as well about the dressing room as well. If you don't sign anyone else, you think you can still progress, get the top 10. You can get the top 10. We can get top 10 with that squad. But I said if this season, and I still think we're going to get if this season, but we still need to improve if we can. Newcastle under 21, I think we've got more signs of Corm. Look at that Caicedo, 5 million to him. Dan Ashworth can find a youth prospect. And if you don't only read that, and how's it going? I'm going to find all that's great as well. We hope you are too. We're going to touch on the dressing room as well, Tony. I mean, basically, right? I mean, Eddie Howe could give it a couple of players, but he does all upset the dressing room. We said this yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, but I tend to think with Eddie Howe saying that, I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think what he's trying to do is he's just trying to play it down that we're trying to get some more players in. But I think what he'll say is, because what he doesn't want to do is say at the dressing room, well, by the way, we're going to sign another couple of players, because then you're going to have a little bit of a revolt, because some players might think, well, am I going to be dropped out of this 25-man squad? Because I think you've got the end of August to us at the beginning of September when you've got to put your squads in. So maybe players may get a bit upset. So he probably wants to do it gradually, like, I'll get the players in and then I can get out who I really want out the door first, you know. So maybe he's doing it that way. Say that there's another player. I look at different players. It's nice because we can actually shop in the better market, as you sort of see now. But there is one player who stands out for me as well, and he plays in France. He plays for Stade Reims, and he's actually a clone of Luka Modric. I think he is, because he looks like Luka Modric as well. He's Croatian. His name's Lovro Majer. Don't know if you've heard of him, John. 24-year-old Croatian. Like I say, you look at him, he looks like a young, but he played 21 games. He started out with 29, scored 6 goals and created 8 assists, and he can play midfield, centre, attacking midfield and right winger. Like I say, he looks like a young Modric. You'd probably get him for 20 to 25 million, I reckon. Would you take him, John? Because I would.
I haven't seen him play, to be honest with you, man. But he's getting good reviews. But if Eddie thinks he's good enough, and you agree, then I'll give him a try. You know what I mean? But if we can get him sort of thing, cool. And he's going to improve the team. Absolutely right. But that's the thing I've got to look out for as well. I'll keep an eye out on him for you. That's no problems at all. And 25 million quid. I think they might ask for another 10 million on top, but you never know with Rennes sort of thing, because they do spend quite a bit of money. The guy who's after from PSG, Leeds United want them as well. He's gone to Rennes anyway for 25 million quid.
Yeah, Calamendo.
That's the one. It goes to show no one don't know. No one don't know a thing. It's as simple as that. They just use our name just to get a better deal. But Avenger, Frankie de Jong, get out of it. No way. Get away. Worth remembering, we don't have to include Anthony 25 with him being a youth reserve winger. That's very true. 40 million isn't a lot, but it's an expected price to sign in English from Premier League teams. We have no young English players in the squad that are key players. Or Trippier and Wilson, who are now 30 plus. That's a fair shout, Mason. I think Fox had a great point there.
Agree. Obviously, I think we need that. We need that little bit of young blood in the team. Because I think if we manage to bring Conor Gallagher in, it will lighten up the squad a bit because he's young. Obviously, you've seen what happened with him at Crystal Palace last season. He's a quality midfielder, and he's played. And when he was playing with Kouyaté, who went to Forest, Olise, who's still there. Olise that Michael Olise's got potential, and so is he. But he's obviously got signed for Palace on a permanent deal because he's got potential because he was in the Championship with Reading. And then he was playing with an experienced head in Kouyaté, who was just joined Forest this morning, and it just shows he can play well with experience and young blood in the team. Just shows you what Palace have done.
Yeah, I have to agree, man. I'm gonna have to agree because what you said there, I just have to agree with you, man. But and this is the thing, right? I mean, going back to 40 million is not a lot of money. I don't think it's a lot of money these days, you know what I mean? But we need quality players coming in, and Caicedo as well. I've got a comment here. Did you see against Man United? He's man of the match. 5 million Ecuador, I think it was. It's amazing. Dan can find the diamonds nobody else can see. I hope for many scouts in South America. Now, do you think Dan Ashworth is scouting in South America at 20? Because one thing I'm going to say, if he does this like he did at Brighton, right, and he gets the young players coming through from South America into Newcastle, I have no problems at all whatsoever.
No, I don't either, John. But I think who does a lot of scouting for us in South America, I think is Steve Nixon, our chief scout.
Yeah.
I think that's why we've looked at the likes of Barbosa and this Angelo and this other guy as well. So I think Steve Nixon does a lot of looking around in South America. There is players there that basically nobody would have heard of, but they come into the Premier League and some of them set the world alight, some of them don't, some of them flop. We got Vilca in, didn't we, from Peru, and highly endorsed by Solano as well. But he hasn't really hit the ground running yet, but then hasn't really had the chance. And I think he's back on loan in Peru now, with Universitente or someone like that anyway. So whether he comes back a different player and we can mould him in, and we've got Munoz, he's on loan, isn't he, till January? So I don't know if we're going to sign him permanently or not. But the thing is, what you need is, as I've always said along, as the transfer window is now getting shorter, and there's only going to be at least just over 2 weeks to the end of it, I think we need to look at players who can adapt and play straight away in the Premier League, because you don't want to be bringing somebody in from South America and then you bring them on and they look out of place in the Premier League, because then you might have wasted that little bit of money where you could have got somebody who's got Premier League experience. So I would try and stick around the Premier League side of it and see who we can get in. But we definitely need to make some signings before the window slams shut on September the 1st. That was evident yesterday. We haven't got that. We need that creative spark. We need that right winger, and we need that upfront option as well. So, yeah. I heard a ridiculous comment that apparently Ramos has got a 120 million euro clause in his contract. Well, I'm not being funny. If they're looking at 30 million euros for anybody to offer for him, then he can't have that clause in his contract. Surely not.
Nah, chance. Absolutely ridiculous, man. That ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? All these release clauses in their contracts and stuff like that sort of thing. And he got to pay 120 million euros for that. Nah, that ain't gonna happen anytime soon. No way. I mean, it's an absolute joke. It really, really is. But we move swiftly on that, so we come back to that. The club have a plan. They have a list of players for each vacation positions. They work down the list methodically, and if they can't get who they want, they won't buy, let alone panic buy. She's absolutely right there, Mason Jules. What a fantastic comment.
It is, but going back to the obviously about the South Americans. For me, I would do what Brighton have done. Sign them, send them out on loan, just get some minutes, and then come back, and they'll come back as a better player. We should have done that when we signed Rodrigo Vilca and Santiago Munez. Obviously, Munez is a loan, but we should have done that. And obviously, Forest did the same when we signed Vilca with Ajira. He's went on order in the MLS, and I think Newcastle and probably Forest with like young South Americans just need to look at what Brighton have done with like just send them out on loan just to make them a better person and a better player. But going back to what Jules has said, I agree with it. The club need to look at each position and look to see what players are best for that position to go forward and build them as a better squad player.
Yeah, very, very true. I mean, I have to agree with Jules as well. I mean, look, at the end of the day, right? I mean, I don't mind going through the Brighton route. I don't mind at all whatsoever if you're going to get quality in. And that's the thing to go. If you're going to go by a young, cheap player sort of thing with quality, cool. But I'm not sure about, what it is about Barbosa, right? He's going to cost about 16, 17 million quid, right? He's 26. Yeah, is it too late to buy someone in South America that age? I don't think it is. He's playing in Europe. He just has a second chance. Let's be real. And good comments there by Stefan. 4.5 mil considered cost. To be fair, if you had any sense, we'd take Kendry, Paez 15, and Marco and Gula 20 from the same club, Independiente del Valle. Paez especially will be a star. Do you know what? You should get yourself a job at Newcastle or Foxy. He'd be a brilliant scout, mate. He'd be a fantastic scout, wouldn't he? I think Dan Ashworth will build up a academy like Chelsea. So many young players in the future will go out on loan. Chelsea, like he can call it. What's it? Is it Chelsea? Yeah, Chelsea. Yeah, it was. Look at Leeds also. Gerrard, Somerville, Greenwood was all cheap. Yeah, that's very, very true. Go on. Sorry, I was going to say something there. Tony, I was going to talk about the team. Right, we've got a good defense there, but if you look at attack and threats as well, I think you mentioned we need that attack and threat. We need to get someone in very, very quickly because if we don't, then we could be struggling to score goals. But so I have a good defense, but you need to get an attacking sense, right? You know, we're going to get one soon, hopefully, and whoever comes through the door, we're backing, right?
Absolutely, 100%. Whoever comes in will get backed anyway, regardless. You know, you've just got to when you're on these socials like Twitter and Facebook or whatever. All these people who are the ITKs, the in the knows, you know, half of them know nothing.
Exactly.
So anything that people put on there, like think they're in the know, take it with a pinch of salt, because as I've said all day long, and I'll say it now, I've said it 6 weeks ago, I've said it 3 months ago, 12 months ago. The player, when they're officially announced, will be announced by the club. And that's when you believe what player we've got through the door. or if you see it on Sky Sports News where they show you the players actually turned up the training ground for a medical. But yeah, whoever comes in will be back 100%. And I still trust the owners to get this job done properly. As I said last night, John, PIF, Saudis, they like success. They don't want to be second best. And they will be trying their hardest to get whoever we can through the door. They are battling with FFP, which is hard. We all understand that. But once we start getting money generated and coming into the club and the club starts generating money, then we will be challenging up there with the likes of City, with the likes of Liverpool, and we'll have a free reign of spending money then after that.
Whether in the Champions League or not, we'll still get the players coming in because at the end of the day, money talks, BS walks, Mason.
For sure. The owners are just taking the time with Darren Ashworth on getting the right players, because under a certain owner, he got players in who weren't good enough. These new owners are coming in with Dan Ashworth, taking the time, getting new players in who will suit the football club, who will suit the Premier League, and who will suit to compete for Europe every season. So that's why, if it's true or not, Conor Gallagher, yes, I'll take him in because he's young, but it's some young blood in the team. He's a young, talented, quality player who just needs game time because he won't get any game time with Chelsea. And if Chelsea accept the 40 million, yes, I'll be happy. But it's going to be his first move away from Chelsea. It'll be tough for him first couple of games, but we can stick with him. And then he'll hopefully just be another Willock, but hopefully he plays better than Willock, because obviously I know he was playing for Steve Bruce, but Eddie Howe got the best out of him, and he'll get the best out of Conor Gallagher because Conor Gallagher's a quality young player who played for one of the best, who was managed by one of the best Premier League midfielders ever last season. And if we get sort of players like old as well, like Conor Gallagher, quality players from quality teams who aren't getting the game time, Newcastle should go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, trying to get him, trying to get Anthony Gordon. You know, he's going to trying to get a few young players come through the door as well. But Anthony Gordon, I'll give him another season at Everton before I make a move. And yeah, I think that's a fair shout, Mason. Absolutely, man. But we'll just see what happens on. We could have get him or not. Is it time for Munoz to make 10 goals the next 6 months? I hope he does and we sign him. Is Munoz in South Girl in my eyes? Do you think he's going to make it though, Munoz? That's the thing, Tony.
Well, he needs the chances first. I mean, you know, apparently he's not too bad in the under 23s. I mean, I don't watch a lot of the under 23s, if I'm honest. But you just got to give the guy a chance. I think when his loan ends in January, I think we've got an option to buy him for $1.5 million. So do we buy him for $1.5 million and see how he gets on? Because at the end of the day, you know, if he does all right, then yeah, we've got a great player on my hands. If he doesn't do all right, can always sell him back over to Mexico maybe and get a couple of million for him or something. So you've not really lost a lot. I would take a chance on him and just give him a chance and, you know, play him in a Carabao Cup game, bring him on for that, you know, let him play in a Carabao Cup game or, you know, and just see how he does. But you won't know how these players do until you give them a chance. I mean, you look at Brighton yesterday. I mean, look at that Mitomo who come on, that Japanese lad. You know, they sent him out on loan last season to Belgium.
Yeah.
And yesterday he came on as a sub and he was full of energy and he looked the part. So, you know, maybe that's what we got to do with Munoz, just give him a chance and give him a run out, you know. I mean, he looked all right in that Toulon tournament. I watched that and he played well for Mexico in that tournament. Yeah, just let's give the lad a chance and see what he can do. That's all he can do. Give him a chance. And if he doesn't cut it, he doesn't cut it. Then you know to cut your losses and send them back. But yeah, he had a torrid time when he first come over, but he had that injury, didn't he? So, yeah, let's see how he goes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks for Jules for helping us out, by the way. Take it easy for you as well, mate. And thanks for modding us. And also Mexico and the next international in 2 years. People in Mexico say in the new top forward in the national team. Danny, please sign him up. Yeah, you know what? I've not watched him. I've not seen him, but apparently you got to give him a run the game, see how he does, and if he's successful, cool. Rodrigo Firca is not doing enough back in Peru, and there's Dario. Only used the second half sub lately. They have signed extra spots. Albion midfielder Claudio Jacob as well. I can remember him as well. He loves to tackle too, does he? Claudio Jacob, he really, really does. Guys, going to wrap up there. And it's going to be an OR sort of thing, like, so you can all get like a good rest as well. And it's been a great few days on the pod. And Tony, where can you find you on your socials, mate?
Yep. So if you look down there, Twitter at TonyTooney31, and give me a follow, and I'll follow you back.
Brilliant stuff. Mason, you're on mute, mate.
Mason Ford on Twitter. And I'll follow you back if you send us a request.
Fantastic stuff. And if you links are well, they haven't got a link for them yet, but will be very, very soon. If you'd like to follow me Twitter, it's John_NUFC42, Insta John Sinclair 50, on all the other socials, John Sinclair TV. So if you check us out, we do good content as well. We do previews and reviews. We do the podcast as well. We do the John and Macy show on the Tuesday. We're on the Premier League roundup with Tony, and Fanstorm on the Wednesday, previews on the Thursday, and we do other stuff for it as well. And the last one goes to Gareth C. Thank you to you as well, my guy, and have a fantastic day. And I'll see you back tomorrow. I should back at tomorrow sometime at around 7 o'clock. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And I'll see you back very, very soon. And if you like the video, like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you want a super chat, click on the $sign. You've got to be a member, click on the join. Also, leave a comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. It's a bye-bye for now.
Bye.